G'day guys, what's cracking? Welcome to the platypus hunt. Platypus is a threatened species found only in Australia, in the wild, well only zoos, but I've never seen one in the wild. I've never found one, and this morning I went for a tour. By the way, check out the beautiful autumn colours. I went for a tour at the Theatre Royale. And during the course of that chat and that tour, the lady who was giving the tour said that she lived around where we are actually now. She's like, oh, it's great because you get to see the platypus. I'm like, what? A platypus? She's like, yeah, like I'm from some other planet. I said, I've always wanted to see a platypus, and so she gave me the directions. She said, go to the Cascade Brewery, which is behind that pine tree back there, and then follow this river down. And there should be like a kind of waterhole at the end of it, which is where we're headed to see if there's any platypuses. Now, how do you photograph a platypus? With a camera. We're about to learn how you do that specifically, and we've got to find one first. And these little critters are territorial. They're notorious for being quiet and keeping to themselves. We're in the middle of like this. It's kind of like a park, like it's a kid's park. Like, see? And then here's the water hole. And so we're going to see if we can get any luck today. Thanks for joining me. Stoked you came along. It's always good to have a bit of company on these little endeavours. I've been checking it out. I've seen nothing yet. It is interesting how every Tasmanian you talk to has a different kind of like urban myth about a platypus. And so Kathy, at our tour guide at Theatre Royale, said come here. I was talking to the coffee guy at Next Door Deluxe Coffee, and if you ever want a great place to grab a muffin and a coffee from Hobart, that's the place to go to. Anyway, I was chatting to him this morning. He's like, nah, the one here is dead, and you need to go further afield. And he talked about where, but may have forgotten. So here we are, hoping the little guy's not carked it. Yeah. Oh, that wouldn't be good for anyone, would it? The best time to shoot these little critters is in the morning or the evening. Now we're about an hour into the morning. The sun rose about an hour ago. Not yet. And so we can have a crack here this morning, we can come back this afternoon, then I can come back the next morning, and then the next afternoon. Some peculiar water movement. This guy's just rode past on the bike, and the father says to the son, can you see a platypus? And the boy's like flying past, and he's like, nah, I can't see one. Like, guys, it's a platypus. Like, ooh, how can you be just like, oh yeah, it's like at home, it's like there's a water dragon. It's like, oh yeah, there's a water dragon. Maybe I'm one of those tourists that just gets very excited about something that all the locals go, yeah, that's kind of cute. Anyway, still waiting. I have a theory in photography that the more you wait at a location, the more you will see. Doesn't matter what it is, you will just see more. And so part of the skill is just patience, it's just waiting. And so I've been walking around and waiting for about an hour, and guess what? That's right. Nope, nothing. Maybe the coffee guy was right. Poor little platypus. Gonna have a walk up the creek. If I can't find anything, I'm coming back. It's funny, isn't it? Of all the locations in all the world, the last place in the planet I would expect to find a wild platypus is in this kind of man-made concrete thing. Why, little guys, do you love the concrete and man-made structures and not the natural river? Apparently, they're all scattered through the river, all the way from here down to Hobart, and have been at times found in the city, like in the industrial city, coming out of the rivers. So they're quite the characters, and I had no idea of their prevalence, but just beautiful stuff. G'day guys, what's cracking? Back for round 3. Round 2 was a bust. Back for round 3. Here we are, and we're going to check this space out and see if we can't find a platypus again. So the idea is that when I see one of these little critters, I'm going to get out my 150 to 600. And why haven't I got this out already? Yes, the year of little faith. That may be this one. Hang on. Oh, I should be more prepared. Oh, why don't my hands work? Nothing works. Hang on. I'll catch you in a minute. Hang on. Platypus. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. they can hold their breath for a long time and you do not know where they're going to come up. They sometimes leave these bubbles and sometimes they don't. They come up like all ninja and stealth style and then they just vanish again. And I say they, I swear there's 2 or 3 and they're just taking it in tag teams and they're just swimming all the way throughout this whole pond. And the rest of the world is utterly oblivious to it, or is just over platypuses, or doesn't care. Oh, okay, so let me show you some of the shots I got. As the light fades, you shooting fast because you want to catch him in action, but you're also shooting at high ISO, and so you can do a bit of noise treatment afterwards. But out of the I don't know, thousands of shots. Just having a quick look back through my images, there were so many that were out of focus or just slightly off focus, but I'm sure there's 1 or 2 there that are worth it. But just the experience, oh my gosh, my heart still, I can still feel it, the adrenaline coursing through my body, and I might just stay here till it gets dark. I chose to shoot in 120 frames a second, so as they kept coming up and going down, I realised I got a lot of bum shots as they disappeared, but not a lot of rising out of the water shots. In fact, none, I don't think. We'll have to see. So that way, if I put it on 120 frames a second, I can show it in slow-mo, and actually it's, sorry, I'm a bit distracted still. It actually, oh gosh. Then you get longer to look at these beautiful creatures, and forgive me for the focus being off too. It was so low light that even the Nikon Z9 struggles to pick up the focus in the off light. But I've learned a lot of things about shooting them. Shoot high ISO. I usually use auto ISO. Usually. Today I use high ISO, auto ISO, high shutter speed, the lowest aperture I could go. And then I noticed there was a lot of noise, so I tried to move down the ISO and move down the shutter speed to where it was still acceptable. And you can just be the judge of whether that was an effective decision or not. I think they've gone. I can't see them anymore. But I'll leave you with those shots. But I hope you got to share in my excitement. These little guys are rare. Not if you live in this park, but everywhere else in the world. They're super rare. And so it was just a joy and a thrill that I got this channel that I could share it with you. Like, it's amazing. I never dreamt that this would be the case. Gobsmacked. There it is. Thanks for watching, everybody. Subscribe if you like the video. Give us a thumbs up if you like platypuses. And I'll see ya in the next one. Bye.